Hi everyone. How are you doing? I'm here tonight again. And tonight we'll be discussing what are you giving up for Lent. So normally as of tomorrow, assurance we're going into the season of Jesus Christ giving his life for us, going into the Easter tradition as well. And between Lent and Good Friday, it should be 40 days. I think that's how it is calculated. And a lot of persons normally give up something. Example, give up meat or give up being on phone. Just give up something. Try to live without something for the period of Lent. So as you come in, I ask you to share with me what you'll be giving up. Honestly, I've never given up anything for Lent. Hi, Dane and Ken. Who this? Big Edian? Our feeling is you. How are you? How are you? I'm alone tonight. All the girls are asleep now, so I'm free for now. Hopefully nobody will wake up that I have to try to put them back to sleep. How are you, Dane? Long time I don't see. You're so scarce. Yep. So for me, um, I've never given up anything, but I've known persons that gave up like meat, and they only eat fish for the period. No form of red meat or anything like that. Yep, I've seen that. We get then. How you guys doing? So what's up, other girl? Was just going to bed with the young one. Hey, kiss my girl for me, please. Or kiss our girl. Come on, me beat me. So kiss our girl for me, please. Yep. I hope she give you trouble at night. She must give you trouble. I need to talk to her one of these days to tell her that she's not to give mommy any trouble, but you see, when it's daddy on duty, make sure that she give you a lot of trouble. Yep, baby dirty girl. Like this. Then I open bed before you go into bed because you say I was about to go to bed. So I open bed and I mean not just wash a big toe, wash everywhere. So you say for you specifically, since you don't like bathe, you say for Lent, you should take up bathing for the entire season of Lent. You bathe every day. You should take up that as your thing for Lent. That's your challenge. Bathe every day. Sure doses. Yeah. So I'm here by faith that I'll have a little audience tonight again for some time. So I'm going to my bed as well, but tomorrow's holiday. So that means no work for me. No work for me this holiday, but I do work some holidays, but I'm off this holiday. So I'm grateful. I'm going to be home with the girls. I don't even plan to do much. It's really a chill day tomorrow. So I'll chill with the girls. I plan to do a challenge with them. Hopefully it can work. I want to do a bun challenge with them and do some editing. Have a video to edit from when. So try to do that. Get some sleep. So I hope to get a nice little nap tomorrow. Yep. What's your plan for tomorrow for the holidays? I know some persons might have to work, but if outside of working, what else would you plan to do? I guess a lot of us not going on the road to do much because the Rona behave bad, Rona gallop. So I'd advise you guys, if it's not something essential to be on the road for, to stay home, or as Brogan says, Tana your yard. Yep, it's all of us interest at art. So the less you can be on the road, the better for all of us. I see the numbers today was almost 500. We need these numbers to go down, like way down, because school is in session for some of the children, including my girls, and I hope that they'll stay far from this corona. I pray that they'll be covered and all the children around will be covered and that the numbers will go down because all of this is also affecting our economy. I work for the government and I can't afford for the economy to go down to the point where they might have to be saying that they have to send home persons. So I just hope that things will change for the better soon. Yep. But as I was saying for Lent now, I have never given up anything for Lent. Like I've thought about it. I've thought about giving up meat at one point for the Lent season. But honestly, the fish diet never that work out for me because that diet kind of like expensive. Although fish for me is also sardine and tin mackerel, but believe me, the tin mackerel and them something there get expensive now because like $100 for the little tin of mackerel on my way even 110, 120. And money could I get a little mackerel for $80 and them something there. Gone up. Not to mention fish itself, especially in the Lent season, because fish is in demand. It means that a lot more persons want fish because a lot of persons say they give up meat and it's a fish season, so market up for fish. Yeah, as I was saying that. Yeah. So for me, I never really chose anything. I said I would want to give up sweet, like in totality. But that's going to be really hard. I don't have a lot of sweets now, but I do take a little, and I'm not sure if I could go to 40 days without any form of sweets. I should do, but that's the right thing to do, so I don't think I can. So I don't want to commit to it and then do it. But physically not committing to anything for this Lent. I'm not committing to anything for this. But for those who are, good luck, and I hope that you stick through it. It's a season of fast as well. For my church tomorrow, they'll be having communion, start the season. So, I won't be able to go to church though. I don't have any drive to go to church. But I just think that I'm sorting that out and soon that won't be a problem. I'll be able to move around a little bit more freely. It's kind of hard now with the girls to travel back and forth. And I live in Kingston and I attend 41 Old Harbour Road, Church of God of Prophecy. Yes, I do. I used to live in Spanish Town and that's where I reunited with God and I feel comfortable there. So I'm staying there. So you know I'm in Kingston and there are other branches that I could go in Kingston, but I chose to go to Spanish Town because basically love I love the people at my church. I love the programs that they have and all that. So I'm not even sure if the other branches does the same thing, but I'm so drawn to them, and that's where I had my children. That's where they were blessed. Person's always looking out for us. So I feel comfortable there. So I'm staying there. That's my choice. hmm Oh, I must say officially on my life, even though it's 10:33 in Jamaica, but I think it's like 8:33 in what is it, Arizona. Yeah, alright. Where Auntie lives, the Lewis family. I just want to say happy birthday to Mr. Lewis. And I know that you're having a blast for your birthday because with all the preparation that's been going on, I know that you are having a fabulous birthday. And I wish and I pray the Lord will give you the strength and the courage you need to continue and that you have many more years so that you can enjoy your family and enjoy us as a family as well. Thanks for having us in your lives. You could have said no, not going into this YouTube to exposing myself to others, but you decided to. You are so kind to us. We just want to say thank you and all the best. So that's officially from Nicola Campbell's journey, putting it on record. Happy birthday, Mr. Lewis. So, as usual, I'm always up this late because I'm waiting on Heavy to come in. Is basically on his way now. Yeah. So, you look like they drop asleep by now. I'm gonna see him anymore. But that is good. Always good to us. And I am just grateful that he came on earth, spent this season on earth showing us how to care and love each other, showing us what love is, what true love is. He bared a lot of pain, he bared a lot of sorrow, and he could have given up on us, but he demonstrated that even though this life may be rough and the walk is hard, that once we endure to the end, it will be rewarding. So I'm encouraging us all to just live a life that is based on the example that Jesus gave while he was on earth. Yes, so again, I encourage us all to just do the right thing, follow the commandments of the Lord, and then trust in Him. And yes, the walk is hard, and we are human, and we were made to falter. But if we trust in God, and if we live by His command, we shall make it, we shall endure, because it is not His will that any of us should perish, but that we all should have everlasting life. And this season is all about this everlasting life. Life. He came, He walked this earth, He endured everything. Even on the cross, He could have given up at that point, but He decided to do the will of God. And He decided to die for each and every one of us. And we are to be reminded, and we are to be, what's the word now? We are to be reminded that He did it for all of us. Even before we were born, He knew that we were going to come into this world, and He knew that He was doing what He did for all of us. So we are to be grateful. We are to celebrate life. We are to celebrate that we are here on earth, and throughout all the temptations and throughout all the trials, we can be reassured that we will be victorious once we live life, our lives pleasing unto God. So I just want to encourage you all to rest assured that whatever the struggles are, whatever the pain is, whatever it is, once you hold on to that unchanging hand of God, that things will get better. I keep saying this, that it's just a process that the Lord is bringing us through. And at the end of this process, once we hold out and hold fast unto God's unchangeable hand, we will be victorious. And the day is going to come and we'll have a testimony to come and say how the Lord has done so much for us, how the love of God is so great. And I can tell you, I have testimonies upon testimonies upon testimonies of how great God is. Even since night, I just sat there in awe, realizing that God, no care how in your mind you might feel like you're alone, or you feel like you're at the bottomless pit, there is always that little silver lining in the dark clouds that is always there. You just need to find it. The Lord provides, the Lord heals, the Lord satisfies, is so magnificent. And I tell you, this platform is for me to just share how the Lord is wonderful. Not necessarily about the pranks and about the trends and all of that. It's just to let people know that God is real. And I'm a living testimony to that. Sometimes I wonder how I make it through a day. But I tell you, God is so real. And I just want to thank Him for giving His life just for me. Songwriter said, just for me, He did it just for me. And I tell you, persons will say that we Christians we are living a lie and that all this is man made and all of that. But I tell you, I don't regret choosing Christ. And I invite persons listening to this to choose Christ. Choose Him. Because I tell you, every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before, as they say. Yes, I will never say to you that it's an easy road. It's a very hard road because even at work today, I experienced something, and looking at it, I come up with the conclusion that, when you declare that you're a Christian, especially among persons, is like the devil find ways and means to seep in situations to like show you up or to draw you out, as they'll say, to see how you react and to say because they expect you to react a certain way, so them jump up and can say, so now you're a Christian, how make you behave so, how make you say that, how make you do that? You're a Christian, you're not supposed to do that. And they'll pick at you and push you to the edge. And sometimes, yes, we do react to it too. And sometimes we have to pull back ourselves as well and say, no, this is not for me. Let me take myself out of this situation. But we are humans as well. And there are times that we'll falter and we'll do what mankind will say we should not do. But thank God that we have a forgiving God. Yes. And the Bible says 70 times 7, He'll forgive us. So that's good. Now, teacher Downer, how you doing? The bed wet up. Wonder why you're not sleeping. I'm sure you're supposed to be very happy tonight because you have midterm. So you have a little break, but I'm sure that even with this break, you still have little teaching stuff to do. Yep. I've been here talking to myself or talking to the phone to leave an encouraging word to someone who will watch maybe the repeat of the live, watch the live later. I'm just talking about Lent and the amazing gift that God gave us, which is the opportunity to choose everlasting life. That He came within this season and He lived His life on earth as an example to us. Keeping up with Delia. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for joining. And if you guys would like, you could share my topic, which is what will you be giving up for Lent, if anything, or if you are not giving up anything for this season of Lent, have you ever given up anything for Lent? So it would be nice if you could share. Also, feel free to share a testimony of how amazing God is as well. Peter Downer says, yes, when I have to analyze my test scores over the holiday and do lesson plans. Yes, teacher, life of a teacher, isn't it? But I'm sure that you love doing your lesson plans because you're so, what's the word for you? Polished. So you like doing your lesson plans and your lesson plans are interesting. So, and you come up with great ideas because your videos are normally interesting and stuff. So I'm sure that you make your lessons as interesting. And listening to you more time and even interacting with you on the live, it's always a great conversation, well put together, and also I know that you shouldn't be having any struggles with your lesson plans. Although I know sometimes as teachers you draw blank, like you're trying to figure out what next. Yep, but I know you can do it, and I'm sure you'll be doing a little like for this weekend since you're home and don't have any online school this weekend. For the rest of the week, that is, you might pull a prank or a few challenges with DJ so that we can get some great videos. Teacher Downer says, "Hi Delia, welcome. And God is my keeper, hon. He's all of us keeper, whether we wish to believe it or not." And she says, "Hi." Keeping up with Delia says, "Hi, Teacher P." And Teacher P says, "Oh, thank you, Nicola." Yes, girl. Big up yourself. It's time consuming. I know it is. I know it is a lot of work. Keeping up with Data, I'm here. Nicola just passing. Did I have to live for like? Thanks, darling. Thank you very much for coming over. Come back again. Thanks for the support. Teacher Donna says she'll try with a YouTube video. Yeah, man, I know. I see you putting in the work in. I see the videos coming. As I tell you, I watch them at work. It's just that the system that I use at work, I don't have a unit for myself currently, so I'm unable to sign in. I'm unable to sign in. I can't use a phone. So what I do is I use an account that is called procurement. So you'll see maybe a like from procurement, but you won't see it from me directly. Sometimes when anything at I may get a chance, I'll take out my phone and leave a comment. But sometimes I'm unable to comment. But I'll watch. Keeping up data says, Output data says, you're welcome. Here to stay. Thank you, darling. And I do catch some of keeping up with Dela's work as well. I'm trying my best to watch as much as I can, but it's really like listening more than watching. So I'll be at my desk doing what I'm doing and have the earphones in and listening. Sometimes, like because I'm not 100% listening. Sometimes I don't even get a chance to like take up the phone and comment. But I'll try to like as much. Yep. But I try as much to support each person as I see them pop up. Yes, and it keeps my day going too because sitting there and going over numbers over numbers over numbers is like if I don't mind shop I drop asleep. So having that thing in my ears and listening or perhaps it a little gives me the energy to go through the day. Teacher Donna says she understands. Yep. And sometimes I'm extremely tired too, because based on what I do in the mornings, get the girls ready for school, and if I go to bed late and then have to wake up early, I might not get enough sleep. So YouTube has been my source of help to keep up in the days at work. Now I used to have a computer unit I don't right now. Hopefully I get one in the next financial year. So for now, uh, play hopscotch with my coworkers. When somebody is missing, like if somebody goes to lunch, I use a computer, or if somebody's not at work, I go to their desk. So that's me. All over the place. Oh, sorry. Teacher Donna says, I'm watching your video on my other device, David. As I said that, you know what I need to do, Teacher Donna? I have currently two other devices, really three, but one is basically I have four other devices in the house, but two of them is not functioning at this moment, but should be shortly. But I said I'm going to create some account for my girls because all that they do on YouTube is under my account. So because of that, they even watch the videos, they have people that because they're seeing my subscription, so they go on some of the pages and they watch. Because I saw them watching one of your challenge, the trampoline challenge that we did. They watch yours, but they use the tablets, so you would not get the view because basically it's my account, so I would have viewed it already. So I'm thinking that I should create accounts for them and then use them to help build the views. Yeah, so maybe I do that tomorrow as well. Create some account for them and see how that would work. Teacher Donna says that's a good idea. Ray J and J's TV says Teacher Patria, and he says good night. She says good night. I was about to watch a video today about going to Paris, and I got busy and didn't watch it again. But I'm going to watch it soon. I like the ice cream. When you guys went on the other day, you guys bought ice cream. I didn't give me any. Your girls are so smart, teacher Donna. Yes, they are. Teacher Donna says, I'm RJ. RJ. Why was I RJ? RJ. Yes, do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Like when I'm home tomorrow, I'm going to create some account for them and put it on the device because I noticed that everybody said I have more than one device and I run it on the other devices. Plus, as I said, they watch because they are a lot of YouTube things, especially when children are in it. They like watching it, and most of the times, even when I'm watching, they come and watch with me, and then question me 100 times, and they want to know who is it. And some of the channels that I watch very often, they actually know the voices of the persons, and they know them by the name. So they're like, "Is that so and so? Is that so and so?" Because they've been watching it a lot. Teacher Donna says, welcome to the live RJ. RJ is also a teacher. Really? That's nice. What type of teacher are you, RJ? Do you teach early childhood, primary, or high school? VJ says, no problem. Teacher Donna laughing. That's nice. Teacher says, our girls are so good. Okay. Why she must show? That's so nice. And I'm glad that I'm finding a lot of teachers because I have three little ones coming up and I might need some help because the brain kind of rusty. I used to know the little word not so bad because they must start 2 plus 2 yet, but it's like color this red, color this green. So when it starts to get a little harder, I can say Teacher P, you can help me with this please, cause I don't remember how to multiply and don't remember how to divide. Or I can call on RJ and say that, listen, I never liked science in school, and I don't know how to explain this. Can you explain it to the girls for me, please? So I don't mind. Don't hide from me, man. Don't hide from me. We're all family, and we need to utilize each other. So, yes.
Don't talk about why you talk about business. This is your business where to come out cars. I'm going to write it down. Mm-hmm. So they are in basic school now. They're about to start reading. I've been doing sight words with them. We are at 4 words so far. But then little girl them tear down the words them, you know. So from the other day they're not up. So I'm going to put them back up tomorrow as well. Put some tape it up better. It wasn't done properly. So when they go and touching the word eventually the tape came off the wall. So I'm going to do it a little better. I want to try and add a word a day as well. So I'm going to try and dedicate more time to that because the twins are at that level where they're trying to read. What's amazing is when they take up all a storybook and they're skipping through and them like telling a story and them are reading. So mommy, I want to read and them reading and reading about is what them see them on the pictures are so them reading now. Can't tell them so them not reading. They did laugh at RJ. RJ says you have a lot of work cut out for you, my dear. I tell you, that is why I'm glad that I have a lot of aunties and uncles over here that I can say I need some help. Last time we were talking about love languages. So for my friends, my love language, my biggest love language is acts of service. So acts of service is getting some help. So when I need help, I expect to be able to call and say I need some help, and the help will be given. Teacher Donna says, "Oh my, they are smart girls, so they will keep you busy." Yep, I know the questions already. They're coming in left, right, and center. Sometimes I'm so annoyed at it. But then I have to remember that this is how they learn. So I try to accommodate them and the questions. RG says yes, picture reading. And she says, sure, yeah, sure. Because I will come on the all on the video, them, you know. I will come on the all of the video and say, I need your help with the girls. I need to, even in answer me, but if I can't find nowhere, I will come to you and never block me. I'll never block me because we are family. Yeah? So, can look out for it. Look out for it. So, on the topic though, will you guys be giving up anything for Lent? I have a teacher. She's a teacher now, but I know her from she was in primary school. So she just graduated from Teachers College and she's in her first year of working. So today on her status, she said that she would like to give up teaching for Lent. I'm like, oh my. She's like, these children are killing her. And because I know her as a baby, like I still look on her as a baby. So I can just imagine the baby teaching the babies. And she's actually teaching high school. She teaches history. So she's like, she wants to give up teaching for Lent. I tell you, I know it can be stressful, especially with this online class and they give out the work. It's not like when you have the kids in front, they have someone with a control. It's like you give out the work with the hope that they'll find the time and do the work. Some of them will, some will tell you, I never remember, and all kind of things. So I can imagine, I can just imagine. So don't laugh me. RG says, you look tired. I am. I've been up from about 6 this morning, got the girls off to school, went to work for 8:30, leave work at 7, came home with the girls again. They didn't go to bed until after 10. And now I'm up waiting on my husband to come home. But I soon got to my bed. Poor thing, giving up already. I guess she just put it up for fun, but based on like since she started her classes, You can see the level of, based on her status, you can see the level of frustration. And sometimes when she go into class, she's saying like if she's supposed to have 20 persons, five show up, and out of the five that comes, only two will do the work. That can be it can be a bit stressful. I can just imagine, and for a new teacher as well, this whole online thing is rough. And so she's on her way out of the classroom. I tell you. And I think teaching is not our first choice either. So I think teaching is supposed to be a stepping stone to something else. But for me, I'm not the teacher. It has been frustrating as a parent because I say for me, in my situation, the twins are in class two and the baby's in class one. So it's two different teachers in a two different class. And for the baby, literally, her teacher stays online for the duration. So she comes at 8:30 and she's there until I think at about 11:30 or so. So she starts with the singing and the activities and she go along for the entire session. The twins now, their teacher come online for 15 minutes, 15 or 30 minutes to do an interactive session with them. So at that point, they do devotion and she might show a little video or she do some talking with them. Then she comes offline, but then she sends four activity to complete the day. So when I'm home, I'm in the class. Initially, she gave a timeline to. So if she sent the first activity, she gave half an hour. Another half an hour you were to send in the information, the work. And if you didn't send it in before, if you send it after the time, the child work is considered late. And at first I was like, "Whoa, this is too much because I can't stop the grade one class to I'm one person in two class basically." I was a bit frustrated at first, but then I discussed it with her and she kind of picked up that work had to be late because I had to wait until the baby class is finished to start doing the activities with the other girls. So she picked up on that. Then I had to go to work. I left them with somebody, but they weren't doing the work 100% either. So when I come home after 7 at 8, thank God my girls have a lot of energy up to that point in the night. At that point, we are finishing up homework or finishing up activity for the day. And yeah, so it's a lot of work. So for me, I'm super happy that they said that they were to come back into school for this term. And I'm a bit worried now that they might have to close school because of how the Rona numbers going up. RJ says online classes are frustrating me. I did 21 years so far. Wow, that's a lot of years to teaching. That's a lot of minds that you've molded. Teaching is a rewarding job, but the pay and the stress level is the pay is low and the stress level is high. Teacher P. Donna says it can be frustrating for me, RJ. RJ says your students are doing way better than mine, though, Pat. Teacher Donna says I hate putting these tests on Google Forms, especially when they have a lot of pictures. Too much work and it's time consuming. I can imagine. Really at RJ, I have class. I have a class of 29 students. The max amount I see online daily is 12 students. That's the thing, and that's what worries me now because like a lot of person will say that, but you don't have to send them because they are young and whatever. But yes, one, they are young and yes, they can catch up. But I feel that I have to try to ensure that them get some amount of education because they been home and just watching YouTube and I can tell you, no care how I put it on ABC and 1, 2, 3, by the time I put on it, I mean I don't want to watch it and I'm go to some YouTube thing where them watching some of the activities that the children that are acting. does is educational, but them want to watch what Dana, Roma, and some other somewhere they're doing some cooking or them selling ice cream and then doing different colors. That's what they're interested in. They're not. I guess them too much of the ABC 1, 2, 3 activities. They don't want to do any more of that on YouTube. So I'm a bit worried for this, and especially and then the other point is that is not everybody have internet. So like for me, I go to work and yes, they're here with somebody, but the person is not very versed in the school and the internet thing because the person is elderly. So she's not very versed on how to use the Zoom and to use the different mediums that online school is on. So it's like it's an additional stress on me before I leave in the morning. I have to set up, and when I come in the evening, I have to go through and go over because I know that they might have missed on something. It's a lot, like a lot. The teacher should be more lenient. Well, as I said, eventually she kind of realized how frustrating it was. So it became a lot easier because we could just do the baby's class first and then do the twins work after. So like after 8, their activities are just going in because are the easier ones they will do. But like if they're to make anything and support, they wait until I come home. And I don't mind because I want to do it with them as well. But as I say, a lot of work. Mark you, that's not the same 12 the next day. Wow. Oh, I missed that. RJ say I have a class of 29. The max amount I see online daily is 12. Yeah, and then the 12 that comes Monday, it's a different 12 come on Tuesday. So it's like you can't move on 'cause you have to start over the lesson. Even the baby's class, I realize that like at some point it's just only she and another boy in the class. And once in a while you see another person pop up. But they were consistent because I made sure that she was in class every day and the boy was there every day. And then the person that I was leaving her with, she was like not consistent. Like she would register in the class, but she wasn't sitting down with her for the entire time, which is hard too to be sitting down to listen to ABC 1, 2, 3, I guess. And then it's not your child, so you're not committed to it. But thank God school is open, and I pray that this Rona will go down so that school will remain open because it's a lot easier. Because now the girls, the twin goes to school 4 days a week and the baby goes to school 2 days because her class is bigger, so they split her class in two, and they will have one teacher for her class, so they she go only 2 days per week. But the girls, the twins now, they go 4 days because they have two classes of class two, so they get a chance to go to school every day. Mark you, oh, that's already. Uh, right now, all my tests are still open for students that were able to access the test today to get a chance to do them. Wow, that is not good, RG. That is less than half of a class. And it's like right across the board, all the students are not coming out. And even my coworkers, I hear them say that, like, the child goes in the class and the child turns on the class, but they either mute the class or they just have the class playing in the background and they're on another app doing other things. So when the teacher, one of my coworkers say, the teacher is in the class and calling the child name and no answer. But the child is present in the class. But because he's present, but he's not actively in the class. RJ says, exactly, Patricia. Patricia, who name Patricia? Get new name Patria. Back. Yep. RJ also says, but we have to try and continue doing our best. Yep. As parents and as teachers, it's not parents can't sit down and say, boy, teach and how do this, teach and how do that. The parents have to be actively involved, even more now than they were before. And even if a child is still going, if the child is still doing face to face, I encourage parents to be active and know what's going on and check the books and ensure that the work is being done because the teachers have a lot of work and a lot of things doing, especially if you have like one set of students coming today and another set coming next day. It can be a lot because it's like you're teaching the same thing and you might feel like you want to move on, but then you remember that tomorrow you have to start over again and all of that. Teacher Donna says, I feel your pain, how not RG. So true, RG. So true, RG. Teacher Donna. RJ says, do you think your school will reopen for face to face soon, Patria? I kind of think that because the primary school classes are so big, I think that is what is holding back. Because I have a stepson that is in grade 6 and he's not going in. He just went in one day to do a mock exam and came back. And I think that is the problem. The classes are too big because like in his class is like 40 something, like 45, 46. So I know that would mean that if you cut the class in two is 20 odd students and to basically say that your and the rooms are not that big. They still won't get that amount of social distance and you can't cut the classes in three because that is too much on the teachers. So I don't even know. RJ says, oh Lord, today one of my students was at a party while I was teaching. Oh, yeah man, that's what they're doing. Especially the bigger ones, them figure it out so they know that. And some of these devices can have split screen and all of that. Or them have more than one device, so them just catch up the device at school, so it show that they're there in the space, but they're not really participating at all. I have a friend that have a home camera, and the home camera shows that the boy is in class, the tablet is up in the class, but he's literally playing game and the game, deep in the game too. No form of schoolwork, him just there because so he's sitting in front of the tablet so the teacher will see that the child is there, but him not really in the class. Uh, Teacher Donna says, I don't think so, RG. It's supposed to be open in January, but because of the rise of COVID-19, it no longer open. It is Patria Nicola. I know I don't know where I get Patria from a while ago. The sleep take time box me in my eyes, you know? Uh-huh. Yes, sir. The child a party while you teach. While them people, them very innovative and them know how to teach the system already. And he said, they're asking a question, but his background sounded like a Saturday hustle and bustle downtown. That's when he said, oh, Miss, I'm at a party. Funny, so I admit it. Okay. Teacher Donna said, that's funny. Yeah, say, I'm at a party. And then if the first thing somebody might say, so where's the parent? Where's the parents? A lot of these parents are at work, and maybe that parent is at the party as well. And a lot of parents have to believe in their children at home so that they can utilize the internet to do the school thing and entrust in them that they are doing schoolwork. And they're not. I just said, all I did was laugh and shake my head. I tell you, teacher says, I don't wrong you. RJ says, all him there asking me, Miss what page? I just mute him. Also, RJ says the parents should be left accountable. Yes, they should be, but then again, I know of persons at work that leave them child alone. It shouldn't even be based on the laws and all of that, but they leave them alone and them try them best to get them a device and everything for school. My stepson is like that. He's in the class, and he's interactive in class too. But you see, when teacher give him the work, him get up on him about, or even class dismisses and him have homework. He's like, if I say, you're not going to do the homework, you're gonna him back. I guess because I continuously, because the teacher said that she's going to kick persons out of the class if they don't behave. So I keep telling the teacher that and they should have to kick him out, she must let me know. So she said that she don't have that problem with him because I told him that you can't waste time like that. If it's even in the classroom, the Google classroom, he's going to try and learn some because when he's outside of that, not taking up the book, but at least he's staying in the class, he might learn something. But some in the class are not listening none at all. Teacher, don't matter. The officer, agent, parents, they not care. So some of them not care, but some do care. You can't tell. Some do care. But it's like, you can't say you have to work. You have to work because if you don't work, you can't support the child. So you have to work, so you left in a rock and a hard place, leave because you can't carry the child up to work. Not everybody have a facility where you can carry the child to work, keep the child at the desk, and ensure that they're doing the work. Some persons that's not allowed, so you just have to leave them there and hope and pray that they catch on to something in the class. RJ says, so why should we care? But RJ, I wouldn't take it so far to say why should we care because yes, it's hard and it's frustrating, but that's why you guys are teachers because you have a heart of gold. So even though sometimes mother no care, father no care, pick no care, you still care and you still try to reach out to see if you can reach a child and see if you can get them to, catch on to something. Cause I've seen that many times. You can see mother no care, father no care, granny no care, sister no care, brother no care, but the teacher like in a little corner say, "Come man, come." But sometimes it's frustrating and I just have to give up to you. But fight the fight, mama, fight the fight. RJ, sad to see. Uh, teacher Donna says, me no ramp to call the parents them in front of the camera when them children are not behaving. So RJ says I do that too. One spit a colorful word on camera all because the child got an answer wrong. I tell you, and it's like they know that the thing is on camera and other persons are there, but it's like I don't know, just a crazy world. Everybody basically use opportunities to find a joke to send around, make it become viral out of this thing. A lot of jokes and a lot of voice notes going around, a lot of memes, a lot of that going around. But the whole thing is a disaster. One big disaster. RJ says I have some stories and say I can imagine. You guys should do a video telling us some of the crazy things that happen while on online class. Teacher P says I would go on bad for that. Me no ram fi voice out with my parents. RJ said, hence the reason I am not. I am on my way out. Boy, we all need good teachers, but boy, if we can take yourself out of that stressful situation, if you can see a way out, you can't say don't go because it's a lot. It is a lot. I had a teacher in high school that her blood vessel burst from the stressful life of teaching. And it wasn't just teaching, it was the extra things that she had to do to ensure that we as students got as much. So it is a lot like stressful. And outside of that, you have your own lives, and life can be stressful as well. Teacher Donna says, I'm going to leave the classroom because of them. I shall stay. Nah, make them frustrated. Give me a minute, please. And she says, good luck, girl. I'm not going to be one of those teachers to sit in the classroom until I retire. Nope. Mhm. Well, 21 years. That's why I said 21 years. That's a lot of years that you've given of yourself selflessly. So if you find where you can do better, might as well. Jay, how long have you been teaching, Patria? April will make 22 years for me. 19 at one institution. Wow. Teacher Patria said, ha ha ha. Hello, Ella. I might not stay until retirement, but I plan to do sometime. Teacher Patria says, that is a long time, RJ. Yep, that's like a lifetime for some persons. 22 years is a lot. 19 years at one institution is a lot. Teacher Donna says, I understand. Boy, it's gonna fight the fight, you know? Just got to fight the fight. Just have to do what we have to do. But RJ, I must say that being a teacher for so long, you must have had some great rewards from it. Must be nice to see you, you had a little child and they've now blossomed into a successful man and woman, and you know that you played a major role in their lives. So the rewards, mentally and emotionally, must be great at times. I know the pocket part weak and the stress level high, but just keep it up, girl. Do what you have to do and do what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, it's all about our happiness and all about our mindsets. So you just have to do what you have to do, girl. Teacher Donna says, I was on and off from 2007 working straight since 2015. I was a teacher Donna freshman, fresh blood. So follow me, yeah. RJ said, okay. And RJ says, from high school straight to teaching. Wow, that's a lot. You've done teaching all your life then basically. RJ said, of course, many rewards are endless. I can imagine. I like from time to time, long time I don't really see any teachers, but I have a few teachers that follow me on Facebook from high school. But I remember even booking up my basic school principal on the road, and she was just so proud of me. And she even remembered me, which was strange, but I was only a star now. I was only a star. Always one of those bright shining stars, always stood out, still standing out wherever I am at. And she remembered me, and she was so happy to see me and all of that. So you can just imagine the rewards I still have teachers that follow me on Facebook, that follow my life journey, because always document stuff on Facebook, even during my pregnancy and all of that. And they always encourage me and always tell me that they're proud of me and all of that. So I can just imagine. For enough time at RJ. RJ said, that's keep me going. That's a great feeling. I think so because I was not I'm not a teacher, but I've had persons that are tutor or even throughout high school, you're like a prefect, or for me I was a head girl at one point. So or at one school because I went to two high schools. So when you see the little ones that you helped out or mentored or teach a few classes and so forth, and you see how they've blossomed into young men and women, they're proud of them. Even a little teacher that I tell you about, I used to help her because her mom carry her to work, carries her to work, and I would sit and help her with homework and all of that. So to see her now, I'm very proud of her, and I kind of see how frustrating it is through her based on her comments and her status. But I just pray that she'll hold out and whatever she really wants to accomplish, that she'll get a chance to do that. RJ says, to see them excelling, to know that you impact their lives. Yeah, man, it must be a great feeling, especially when you see them on TV or you read the paper and see them in some big positions and you say, oh man, but I know her. I used to teach her, You know that she used to be the one that I didn't know that she was going to come out with something. I could tell based on her potential from as young as you saw them. Yeah, man. They have some that break the heart though, that you expected more of. But that's how it is. That's how life is overall. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's over already. I think I'm going to go to bed soon. I think I'm going to go to bed. So it was really a good live anyways. That good discussion. Glad to have you two teachers here with me. Yep, teacher don't know to actually disappear. But I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray and close off this live. Thanks for being here, RJ. Thanks for being here. Have a good night, guys. And enjoy the little break, even though it's not a break, because you still have lesson plans and all that to do. But enjoy a little break outside of the online school and the hustle. So just a quick prayer before we go. Dear God, we also thank you for another day. Thank you, Jesus, for giving your life for us. Dear God, we just want to thank you and praise you, God, for continuing to provide for us, even though it's so hard at times and the struggle is real. We know, dear God, that's a process that you will take us through. Thank you for everything. Thank you for those who are here with me tonight. Thank you for Patricia. Thank you for RJ and all the other persons that clicked in. I just want to give you praise and glory. In your precious name I pray. Amen. So again, have a great night, guys. Thanks for watching. Love you. Teacher down there. RJ, have a good night's sleep. All the best. Have a good holiday tomorrow. See you. Bye.